Hello everyone, it's Leviathan here again. And to start things off, I'm going to introduce myself to the newcomers. I'm born high-functioning autistic, I'm obsessed with fiction, and I'm planning to make my own creative universe like the late Stan Lee did. This will be my first time in a few months introducing characters to you guys, because I love how you guys enjoyed the dog videos that I've been sending to you guys, some of it which I have help from my dad and such. But I need to go back to do this more often and introduce these characters. And for this video, I have someone who's willing to ask questions as I read these down to help you guys with more context and such. So, without further ado, here's the first character, and I hope you guys enjoy. Azul. Real name, inapplicable. Height, 6 feet, 0.5 inches. Weight, 144 pounds. Status, hero and Color Corps member. Base, mobile. Intelligence, 3.5 brains. Behavior, willful, protective, and creative. She enjoys helping her allies. Lethality, only when threatened or during a fight. Weaknesses, cosmic forces. Powers, she has the same powers as Purple, but with blue constructs instead of purple. Eyes, deep turquoise. Hair, deep turquoise, and partially short. Origin, one time, Purple and Verde decided to make a team of fighters similar to themselves, but in many different colors. One of the first of said duplicates was Azul, which is a duplicate that can manifest blue constructs. Eventually, Azul used her powers to stop the Yellow Corps from turning everyone in the two Earths into eternal slaves of Yellow Girl. Since then, Azul would always defend the innocents alongside her friends. Costume, she wears a turquoise latex suit that matches her body. Team Solitary with the Color Corps and other heroes. Original inspiration, purple, which is loosely inspired from the Green Lantern, in a sense. Do you have any questions about that?
Yeah. Who are some of her current closest allies?
The Color Corps are different members with different colors and such. There's Blanco, there's Noir, there's Oranga, I think her name was, but I'm not entirely sure. It's been a while. And she, is willing to help, say, Quantum, as far as I know, who is a Hyperion survivor. Sorry for the confusion there.
You're good. Who is her greatest enemy?
I think it's Yellow Girl.
Okay. What spurred that?
Yellow Girl is criminally insane due to overexposure to the color yellow.
Oh, interesting.
Like the yellow wallpaper, that story? That's basically how it was.
Okay, that makes sense. Would you like to provide a little more context for the yellow wallpaper?
It's an actual legendary short story about this woman who goes insane over literally yellow wallpaper. Literally just that, and she went insane over it.
Huh, that's really cool. Alright, well, I think we're ready for the next character.
Axis. Real name, Axis Powers. Height and weight varied. Status, villain and genocidal terrorist. Base, Germany. Default, Earth. Mobile. Intelligence, 3.5 brains. Behavior, savage, stubborn, and utterly genocidal. She'll do anything to annihilate the United States of America and her allies. Lethality, as above. She's anything but trustworthy. Weaknesses, nuclear energy. Powers, she has total ruthlessness, mass alteration, martial arts, immense strength, and some self-resurrection. She also wields all Nazi-based weapons. Eyes sky blue, hair bright blonde in shoulder length. Origin, during World War II, Adolf Hitler created a chaotic organization known as the Axis Powers, and after their defeat by the Allied forces, the Axis Powers were destroyed for a time. In the present day, Valkyrie, who is the niece of Hitler and sworn enemy of the Star Spangler, Dark Pym, who is the evil clone of Pym, and Bloodlord, who is the evil counterpart of the Master, decided to transform the Axis Powers into a physical entity. For her first attempt in decades, Axis tried to kill Lady America until her patriotic allies arrived to help defeat her before she got the chance. Outraged of yet another defeat, Axis will do all that she could to have the greatest nation in the world go up in flames. Costume, she simply wears a Nazi general uniform. Team Solitary or with other villains. Original inspiration, the Axis Powers.
Interesting.
You have any questions about that?
Yeah, with her having been created in that way, is there any room for a character arc where she might be able to split away from that, like, horrid creation?
I don't think so,
Okay.
to be honest.
That makes sense. Just sort of born of evil will be evil.
Yeah, in a sense, because isn't that the motive of the Axis powers in the first place?
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, I think that one's pretty straightforward. You want to go ahead and move to the next?
This is the last one. Axe. Real name unknown. Height 5 feet 11 inches. Weight 139 pounds. Status villain and mass murderer. Base altered dimension mobile. Intelligence 3 brains. Behavior sneaky and murderous. She'll do anything to aid Shear, who is the daughter of the late Boss Savage and the inventor of the chain machetes. Lethality. Extremely deadly. She has intense persistence. Weaknesses. Lack of foresight. Powers. She possesses total ruthlessness, a strong healing factor, and is good at hiding. She also wields all kinds of axes during her killing sprees. Eyes, bright green, hair brownish blonde and scruffy. Origin. In the altered dimension, there is an unknown young woman who's captured by Bloodlord to become an unrelenting threat to society. Being codenamed Axe, she was commanded by Bloodlord to kill Madame Shear for being an ally of the Master, who is the founder and owner of the Blue Man clan. After a long fight, Axe was nearly killed with one of her own axes, but was eventually revived by Shear. Now no longer a servant of Bloodlord, Axe would sometimes team up with Shear in order to seek her revenge on the heroic Madame Shear. Costume. She dresses in dirty, casual clothes. Team solitary with Shear and other villains. Source inspiration, mass murderers. You have any questions about that?
Yeah, for the sake of the audience, would you be willing to share a brief explanation of the Boss Savage, Madame Shear storyline?
Boss Savage is the one who tried to rob Madame Shear, leave her to death, and her very first mission as a superhero was to keep Boss Savage from using the stolen tech to make some kind of massacre or disaster within New York City. So she basically prevented a disaster that would have killed like thousands of people all across New York City.
Yeah. Do you want to explain maybe how she ties into that storyline?
Madame Shear?
Axe.
Axe basically was defeated and temporarily killed by Madame Shear, and since she was like programmed by Bloodlord into attacking and killing Madame Shear, she blamed Madame Shear for failing her first mission. Even though she no longer serves Bloodlord, she still works side by side with Shear, who vows to avenge her father's death, who died in prison.
Okay. Well, cool. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, I hope all of this was satisfactory for you guys. Like, if you guys want, you could like, subscribe, comment down below, and share if you want. You know how it is. If you have anything else you'd like to say, you could comment down below. And I just really hope that I would be successful with my podcast, since I'm almost 65,000 views last I checked. And I'm hoping I could get to 75K before the end of this month. And I really hope that I could do more creation stuff rather than just dogs, and I just really hope that it would be successful for everybody, and I hope it's satisfactory for all you guys watching at home across the world. Thank you in advance, and hope you guys enjoy the video. Until next time, in transmission.